It really is desperately sad news, and we remember the lockdown shows that we did last March, April and onwards, Goughy, and I can remember clearly how everybody was lifted by what Captain Sir Tom Moore was doing, and you even interviewed him, didn't you?
Listen, Aid, all around the world, he was known all around the world because he lifted a nation during that first lockdown. To walk around his garden, do the 100 laps with help, obviously, because he couldn't do it without his frame he walked with, and raise that sort of money. Set out, Aid, to raise £1,000.
Amazing.
£1,000, and raised just under 40 million. I find it amazing. Not only that, what he went on to do, make it a single, You Never Walk Alone. They're going to do a film on his life. He's brought out a book, and a great saying, tomorrow will be a good day. I absolutely love that saying, and that's the title of his autobiography. And I was lucky enough, Aid. We got told, we got the opportunity to speak to Captain Tom Moore, or Colonel, or Sir, whatever you want to call him. And we could get 5 minutes with him because he's obviously, he loses his concentration after 5 to 10 minutes. Do you know something, Aid? I spoke to him and his daughter, did the interview. The interview lasted 25 minutes.
Wow.
They just carried it on because they were telling, we're going to wind it up. And he said, no, I'm enjoying it because he's a massive cricket fan, isn't he?
He's a Yorkshireman as well, isn't he?
Yeah, from Keighley. So a huge fan, and I was chatting to him and his daughter, did the interview, and then I spoke to him for another 20 minutes once the interview had finished. And they took my number. We're talking about his foundation and everything he's doing and everything he's planning to do in the future. But we've got to remember this guy, right? What an amazing life. 100 years old. He's had a great innings, and we should celebrate his life because what he's done in the last 12 months in raising just under 40 million for NHS charities, wow, deserves everything he got in life towards the end. Captain Tom Moore, he'll be hugely missed.
He will, and I find it extraordinary that, at the start of the lockdown, at the start of last April, nobody knew who he was apart from those in his inner circle, those people in his world. And then by the end of April, by the time he did reach his 100th birthday on April the 30th, the whole country knew him. And not just that, the whole country had been inspired by him. And I think that it was a time when we were all really on the floor. I think everybody, we didn't really hadn't come to grips with the lockdown. We didn't really understand what was happening, when it was going to end, how it was going to end, how the whole thing could affect us. And then out of the gloom appeared this guy with his Zimmer frame, walking laps of his garden, and suddenly we had some hope and some inspiration, and that's exactly what he brought. And it kind of crystallised what we needed to do at that time, which was to obey the rules. Whether we agreed with them or not was kind of irrelevant, really. It was a guy who was saying, well, I'm going to stick my hand in the air and I'm going to raise some money for the NHS. This is what's important. Not arguing about this, not arguing about that. Let's be positive. Let's raise some money for the NHS. I'm going to try and do something. It gets me fit while I'm doing it as well. Little did he realise what would happen in the space of a few weeks. But a true leader at a time when the whole nation, Goughy, really needed a leader.
Well, it galvanised everyone, not only known in this country, known around the world, Aid, from what he's done over the last 12 months. And it will carry on. His family will carry on the name, and they'll keep raising money with his foundation he's set up. And, like I say, it'll be greatly, greatly missed. But do you know something? Like I say, what a life. His life story, Aid, is fascinating. There will be a film of his life at some point. And it's such sad news. But I think, what an innings, Aid. 100. Yeah. He's got to 100. And the way he's lived this last 12 months, it must have been great for all his family. The pride his family must feel for their dad, their granddad, their great-great-granddad. Amazing what he achieved.
It's incredibly sad news today about Captain Sir Tom Moore passing away. We didn't know him, but we really did know him, didn't we? He inspired a nation. He lifted a whole nation at a time when we were all desperately on the floor, wondering what was going on. And just by walking up and down his garden, building up to his 100th birthday last April, trying to hit his own target of raising £1,000, he ended up raising up to 40 million for the NHS. Captain Sir Tom Moore, he showed a spirit that lifted us all in the early weeks and months of the first lockdown.